This is the dorsal side of the pig. This is the ventral side of the pig. Towards the head is the anterior portion, and then towards the bottom is the posterior portion. This is the pinna. These are the eyes. This right here is the snout or the nose. And these holes are the nares. This right here is the shoulder. And this right here is the hip. This area right here is the wrist. And this is the ankle. This is the knee. And this is the elbow. This whole thing is the foot. And these are the hooves. This is the tail. And that is the anus. This is the abdomen. And I've already identified that my pig is a male species. This is the head. And this whole area is the trunk. These little dots right here are the teats. They're kind of hard to see. Right there and right there, they surround up here. And this right here is how I identified that this was a male. This right here is the umbilical cord. This is the umbilical veins. And this big opening right here is the umbilical artery. This right here is the hard palate. And right below it, right here, is the soft palate. This right here that I'm pointing at is the epiglottis. The canal inside is the glottis. And then behind that is the esophagus where my probe is. These right here are the umbilical veins. And this big opening is the umbilical artery. And then this area right here, where this hole is where the bladder is located. This right here is an umbilical vein. This is also an umbilical vein, and then in the middle is the bladder. I cut open an inside of the bladder, if you can tell. And it just feels like a pocket of soft tissue. This right here is the shiny peritoneum. This right here is the liver. Behind the liver, this thin skin layer is the diaphragm. That separates this from the thoracic cavity. Up here, this little sac-like structure is the gallbladder. All of this shiny peritoneum holding the small intestine together is called mesenteries. And then over here, this fluid-filled sac is the stomach. And then this long strip on the side of the stomach, where my probe is underneath, if I can get it underneath, is the spleen. This right here is the pancreas. This right here is the kidney. And then this little piece right here is the adrenal gland. This is my cut open pyloric sphincter. There's that. And then here's the stomach, and I felt on the inside of it, and it is very smooth. Okay, this is one of my kidneys. The outside is the cortex, and then the inside right here is the medulla. And then this is where I have cut open and felt the inside of my small intestine. It felt kind of like velvet. It was very, very soft, but a little bit grainy as well. This right here that is connected is the diaphragm. This is the right lung. And down in here, where it connects, is the hilum. And this is the left lung, and the hilum, it's kind of harder to see, is connected down there. This is the heart, and the sac surrounding it is the pericardial sac. Okay, here's my piece of lung that I cut off. It is solid, and we're gonna see if it floats or sinks. It sinks. This right here is the primary bronchus, right here. This right here is the left ventricle. That is the right ventricle. In between is the interventricular sulcus. That is the aortic arch. That is the thoracic aorta. And underneath the heart is the aorta that goes into the abdominal cavity, which is the abdominal aorta. This right here is the thymus gland. Up here is the thyroid gland. And this right here is the trachea. And right beside it is the esophagus. This is the larynx, and I did cut it open. This over here is the parotoid gland, or the salivary gland. And right here is the masseter on the side of the jaw. I did have a male pig, so these right here are the testes. And then right here at the end is the rectum.